Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clockwork Cantina, episode 98. I am one of your hosts, Josh902, and this is the other host.
I'm DT3. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone. And I did manage to remember to hit record that time.
Excellent, excellent.
So we are
We're good.
groovy.
We're
We're
in
starting a
business.
little later, starting a bit later than we usually do. We had some rough weather earlier. And I'll just be honest, I dozed off during the rough weather. Like Daniel, right when I messaged you, it had thundered so loud that I was like, I need to message Daniel just in case
Yeah, I
something
appreciate
goes
that. Yeah,
on and I'm not here
it's
because of
all
weather.
good. Yeah, that's why when the time came for the start, I was like, oh well, guess the weather's bad.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. But it's I think it's over now. I haven't looked, but it's not doing anything currently. I can check the weather, I guess, really quick one.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we so the first half of the show we have the usual stuff, the news and whatnot. And then in the second half of the show, we watched a movie, a oldie movie. I think it might be the oldest
Yeah,
movie we've watched, almost maybe close to it
I
anyway.
want to say I think it is because I don't know if
When's
we've.
the
Wait,
the
when
Hidden
was the
Fortress?
lag?
When's Hidden Fortress?
It might have been either. Honestly, no, it might not be because now that I'm
Hidden
thinking about some of
Fortress
the
is
other retro movies,
1948, 1958. Well,
The
what else
Lag
did
was
we
when?
watch?
The Lag, dude. The another movie.
Oh, Stalag. Let's look at
Yeah,
Stalag 17.
I think that
It's
one's older
19.
than.
It's 1953.
Oh, is it?
Hmm.
Huh.
I
Okay,
think
well
I
then I
think
guess.
Casablanca is the oldest one. I think it is.
Okay, then yeah, then Casablanca is the oldest one
Stallone.
indeed.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait a
Um.
minute, we watched The Lag, we watched
See, I thought the
Hidden
Hidden Fortress was
Fortress,
older,
and
but I guess not. Um.
uh, well,
Yeah. Yeah. I think
interesting.
Casablanca is the oldest thing we've watched so far on this
Yeah,
show.
up until this point, yeah,
Yeah. Which is 1942. So it's like the oldest thing we've watched on here by like 10 years.
that's pretty crazy.
Excuse me, guys. I'll be coughing a bit during this. Um, but yeah, we'll be talking about that. It was the first time Daniel's seen it. I've seen it
So I'd seen
before.
it.
Yeah, so
Yep. Well,
we'll have a bit to talk about.
remember when we did that our favorite villains episode
Mm-hmm.
a couple episodes back, or a couple. It's probably more than that, but I don't know. It was a few episodes back, or actually, you know what? It was a couple. Whatever. A couple episodes back, there was a lot of going through the villains. Like, oh man, there's a lot of classic movies I haven't seen, man. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad to finally have seen another classic movie. We'll get to that in the second part of the show, but we got some news and other things to get to in the meantime. But yeah, stay
Yeah,
tuned for the second part where we talk about the movie. That'd be fun.
yeah. But the way we usually start the show is what we've been up to the past week. Daniel, if you want to tell us what you've been up to for the past week, let us know. What have you
Yes,
been watching? What
sir. Yes,
have you been
sir.
playing? All those good things.
So I uh as some of you in the pod, or I mentioned in the podcast before, that I was watching Cowboy Bebop, the anime, for the first time ever. I am happy to report that I have completed all of the anime, and now I fully understand and get why it's one of the best anime of all time. I get the hype. I understand why people love it so much. Even after all these years, I have completed the anime. It's done. So I'm gonna wait a bit, I think, before I watch the live action because I just finished the anime one.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want to let that percolate for a little bit. But I love that show. That show's great, man. OG anime Cowboy Bebop is fucking awesome, dude. Like the way that they like make you care about these characters through like showing us, their backstories and stuff is nuts, man. Like this show is only one season long, 26 episodes, and like I cared more about those characters in 26 episodes of a 30-minute episode show, or even or less than that, like 20-minute episode show. 20 something, because you know how animated stuff is. But anyway, I care more about those characters than I did other certain characters in the fucking trilogy of movies. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. But anyway, great show. Love Cowboy Bebop. I'm glad I finally have seen it now all the way through. I'm gonna wait until I watch the live action, but after I finished Cowboy Bebop, I started Narcos Mexico season 3, and I binged it all yesterday. That was my day yesterday. I just literally just binged it all. I started from episode 1 all the way to episode 10. Completed it. Dunzo. That's it. Great season as always. The soundtrack was pretty damn killer. So I enjoyed that very much. And then, I enjoyed the show in general. It's the last season of the for the series. They're not doing any more after that. So I think it was a good, a good way a good point to end it. But yeah, definitely go check that out if you guys haven't seen any of it. It's pretty awesome. There's three. I think there's 3 seasons for each show. Because there's the normal one, which is the Pablo Escobar Colombia shit, and then there's the Mexico one, which is pretty good too. I enjoy them both anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was good. So those are the shows that I watched. Also, I don't know if you'd heard, or I don't know if you heard the show, but there's a Disney Plus show with Jeff Goldblum called The World According to Jeff Goldblum, and it's basically just
Yes.
him. Like,
I know
so
the show.
so I saw the first season when that came out like 2 years ago. It dropped the same time as Disney Plus. It was like one of their opening shows, like The Mandalorian or whatever, debut shows, however you want to call it. And then so season 2 came out this year, and then there's been a couple episodes out. So I saw the first 2 episodes of that, and that was interesting. The first 2 episodes of that, the first one was dogs, second one was about dancing. So you know, it's just cool seeing him be himself and being all wacky and goofy with other people. It's good stuff. So, but anyway, watch that. Those are the shows that I've been watching and that I watched. And then in terms of games, well, Halo Infinite, been playing some of that online stuff. There's a new season of Fall Guys, season 6. I want to play more of that because there's some Ghost of Tsushima skins, PlayStation skins for certain characters. There was a Sackboy skin that was out. I completed all the challenges for that. I have that. Aloy, I believe, is coming out this week. And then Jin and the Ghost skins are both in the Battle Pass or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, definitely want to play more of that. Josh and I completed Halo 2. It was a game
That's
that we
right.
that we started a few weeks back. We finished Halo 2, and then we started Halo 3, which we should be playing this week again. I think if Josh
Yeah,
is
we
down,
should.
play more of that.
We
Maybe
should be
tomorrow.
finishing up.
So the plan is to wrap up Halo 3 and then start ODST the same day. So because I think we're almost done with 3. We only have like
Yeah,
two missions left or something. So
which
we'll
I
wrap
feel like
up
it's a lot
3.
shorter than the others.
Yeah, it feels shorter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we're gonna wrap up 3, start ODST, and then continue to play more Animal Crossing because that game's the new update stuff has been pretty fun, and it's been cool going back to it every day for a little bit, even for just a bit. But anyway, and then I started to get into Smite, so I'm playing Smite now. I once said that I was not a MOBA person, but I guess I'm a MOBA person now. I don't know. So yeah, I've been playing a little bit of that here and there. And then the last thing I forgot to mention TV show wise was I saw episode 3 of Hawkeye. So
Oh
and
yeah,
that's good, but I'm not gonna mention that until we're not gonna get too into detail
yeah,
on that because we're gonna do an episode off of that.
yeah. We're gonna do an episode about Hawkeye when it's
So that
done.
will be good. That will be good. That will be good. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's pretty much what I've
Uh,
been up to. How about you, mister?
I have been up to a few things. When I was last here, I was like, I'm hooked on this book series. I've read 3 books. I finished the series up to what is out. The next book comes out next month, ironically enough, which will be the end of the series. Um, the Ransom series, Knight's Ransom, Ladies Ransom, all those that book series. If anybody's interested in it, I enjoyed it. I couldn't put it down. I had a hard time putting it down. Really enjoyed it. So check those out if you're interested in a good book, good little fantasy knights and kind of book stuff I like D&D and stuff, type stuff. Wheel of Time episode 5. Watch that.
Oh man, I need to start
Um,
that show.
you should. I think you would like it. Uh, I'm enjoying it. It was a little bit of a cold start for me. I was a little worried I didn't like it because I was a book reader,
Mm.
and they changed some characters in some ways that I didn't like at first. And then around episode 4, I was like, you know what? I need to stop comparing this to the book. I'm just going to be unhappy if I do that because nothing's going to be perfectly thing, and maybe they had a reason for the changes they made. So from episode 4 onward, I've been enjoying the show. And I can deal. Sometimes you just got to be like, yeah, there's some like, what I'm not gonna let the books ruin my enjoyment of this series. So I'm enjoying the show now. I now
Yeah, it's
recommend people checking it out.
it's an adaptation. It's gonna
Yeah,
be different. It's never gonna be exactly the same, So
yeah. Which if Daniel watches it and we do a show on it, I'll talk about some of those things. We'll see. Um,
yeah, we'll see.
I also
Well,
watched Hawkeye, and we're not going to talk about it too much, but yep, Hawkeye.
there's some exciting things in that will that have been alluded to, things from the past and some
Mm-hmm.
things going into the future. Again, I gotta get too into it, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
Know what I'm saying, yo.
yeah,
Um,
you know what I'm saying.
I started playing Cyberpunk again. I picked up where I left off like a
Hey,
year ago.
I love that
Um,
game, man. I
and
think
I
it's
don't know
fucking
what
great.
made me pick it up, to be honest with you. Like, maybe it's because I heard like it's getting a lot of positive reviews.
Yeah,
People were putting it on Steam.
there was a recent influx of a lot of positive reviews, and they've been doing a lot of updates to it over the past
And
year. So,
so I had to download like a 60 gigabyte update because I hadn't
ooh,
updated it in forever. And I hopped in and was like, "Hey, this is fun." I remember playing Cyber. I never really had issues with Cyberpunk before. It's just it was a really long game, and when a game is really long, I did this with the new Pathfinder game. It's just like it's so long that I have to take a break in between it before I go back to it. So I went back to my save. Everything's working fine. I picked up where I left off, and I think I'm getting close to the end. 'Cause I think I was close to finishing it before, funnily enough. Um, but I've just mostly been doing side stuff on it. I'm having a good time. And I resubscribed to Final Fantasy 14 because I need to level up. Um,
expansion time.
Endwalker Early Access is out there for those folks that are high enough level to do that stuff. Not me, because I'm not high enough level to do it yet. But
Not me.
um, but I'm getting there. I'm having fun. I enjoy Final Fantasy when I play it. Um, I'm just curious because next week we have the Rise of the Sith, and I got to figure out a way to split my
Yeah,
time.
yep, I'm excited for that, dude. I can't wait. I'll make a new character
Yeah,
and everything. I'm ready,
I was
baby.
like,
Let's get it.
I had to look today. I was like, what was the release date on the Rise of the Sith again? Oh, right, it's
It's
next week.
next week. Yeah, I think it's on the
Yeah,
14th, right? Like literally
it's next
tomorrow
Tuesday.
in a week. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
or
ready,
the Tuesday
baby.
after
I'm
this
ready.
next.
I think I'm gonna make a Jedi character because I've been kind of every time I make a new character, I rotate between. So when I do uh, uh one character on the Republic, I'll do
Hmm.
another one on the Empire. And then after the Empire, I finish the story on that. I do another one on the Republic, and so on. So the last one that I did was a what was the last character I did? I think it was a Sith something, Sith Inquisitor. Yeah, Sith Inquisitor. So this time I'm gonna do a Jedi something. I don't know. I gotta choose between one of them, but they're changing up the character creation, so I gotta see what kind of good shit they do in there, man.
Yeah, boy.
I'm ready though. I'm excited, dude.
Yeah, Majin Rotund 2.0. Let's go.
Hey, Rotund, you got to come up with another another name like that you can turn into a Star Wars name. You know what I mean? Like instead
Hmm.
of Rotund, you call him like I don't know. I can't think of one right now off the top of my head, but you know what I mean? Like something like that. but not exactly the same.
Something clever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we've been up to. That's what we're looking forward to as well, because we are looking forward to the Rise of the Sith. Thank you, Juan, for that subscription. Appreciate you, bro.
Purple burgers.
Purple burgers. But yeah, if there's anything else you want to talk about, or we can hop into the news, Daniel, if you want.
No, let's just get into the news, my friend. I think
Let's
that's
do it.
We just you be ready, man. All right, so the first thing fucking Maj with that name. So the first thing we got here is the Halo Infinite official launch trailer.
Oh, I haven't watched this yet.
Josh and I are still in the middle of playing the campaign for the other games, but the new Halo game has released an official launch trailer, which we are about to throw up now.
Yes,
so
sir.
I would imagine that we probably aren't going to understand a lot going on here, but
no, we're probably gonna probably not, but we'll check it out anyway. Let's watch it. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
That's a lot of deaths.
How would you live your life differently?
Master Chef. Who's this guy?
This is my world.
Who's Beardo?
Reviews are coming out for this, by the way, and they're pretty good.
Yo, Cortana looks like so different.
They're planning to fire this ring.
Crazy.
We need help, not heroics.
We protect humanity, whatever the cost.
But this wasn't the mission.
The missions change. They always do.
Oh, dude, the grapple hook is fucking amazing. I love the damn grapple hook, man.
Don't.
It's enough.
Looking at all these weapons, I'm like, I already know how to use most of these because I played the multiplayer.
Right? I'm so used to the multiplayer for this game now that every time we go back and play the older Halos, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta remember these aren't the same controls, you know?
Something
Like the game looks similar, but it ain't the same. So I gotta remember that.
You are not the future.
But yeah, that's good that this game is getting good reviews, though, man.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm not gonna rush out and buy the campaign.
No, I'm not either.
Like I'd rather wait until like you and I can co-op it. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Because co-op won't be coming till like way later.
Yeah,
Right?
it won't be out till way later. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait on that. I can wait on playing the story. Like I'm not, you know, I'm not like Winter or Phenom. I need to play like immediately.
I got patience.
Exactly. I got so many other games I could play in the meantime, man. Like The Old Republic, and you know, and like I believe later today, a few of us are gonna play some 7 Days because we have a new update, right? I mean,
Everyone trying to kill you?
I'm excited. I'm excited to get into that. See what they did. I updated my game too and everything. But anyway, that's the Halo official launch trailer. Seems pretty cool.
Play it
Wait,
day
I'm
one with
I'm
Game
just
Pass.
excited for Josh and I to get through the other games. We're almost done. I think we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap up 3, go to ODST, and then 4, and then we'll be done, man. I think so. Exciting.
Yeah, boy.
So yeah, any other thoughts on that before we move on?
Nah, man, it looks good. I'm sure everybody that's been waiting to play it's gonna have a hell of a good time. I'm sure it's looking like that big delay they did is gonna pay off for them. I know they were a little worried about doing that, but hey, you do what you got to do. Make a good game. Everybody will remember
Sure do.
Cyberpunk's failure at launch. So you know,
Yeah.
totally fine to do your delays if you need to.
All right. Speaking of excitement, the next thing we have here, we have Sons of the Forest exclusive official release date trailer. So finally,
Mm-hmm.
within the last week, they gave us more, and
We've been waiting.
I can't wait for this game, dude.
We
There's
are
gonna be a bunch
excited
of
for
us-
Sons of the Forest.
There's gonna be a bunch of. So for reference, those of you who are watching or listening to this, there used to be a group of a bunch of us that played the original Forest game, and I can't wait to get the band back together to play this game, because this looks like just a massive improvement over the first one.
We played a ton of a lot of the original Forest. So
I played so much of the Forest that
pretty
I'm kind
excited.
of the forested out. So I definitely cannot wait for the sequel. I'm so hyped.
and we've been waiting because this got
I've been
announced
waiting a long time,
like a few years ago at this point that we heard about the Sons of the Forest.
and we had nothing until now. So
Yeah.
what a time, dude. This also looks like scarier, dude. There's like sharks and shit in the water, and
It does look scarier.
the lighting seems so much darker. Like being in a cave, dude. Fuck that, bro.
Ooh. Fuck that. Also, I dig this music.
Yeah, music's good.
Get your taser stick.
Literally just grab a head and put it on a stake.
What? That thing is fucking freaky looking. Oh my god.
I don't like that.
No.
I don't like that or that nasty thing at the end either. That's gonna be a no for me, man. So the release date is May 20th. May 20th,
Yeah, boy.
2022.
I can't wait.
Wait, that's gonna be very exciting. We're definitely gonna have a gang of people playing that, and I am looking forward to it very much.
Yeah, I mean, like, we had so many people playing it. Like, we were dragging everybody in there to play fucking Forest with us, so.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. All right, next thing we have here is Warframe official cinematic trailer for the new story expansion, The New War.
The New War. Yeah, we've seen some of this before. They have TennoCon, and I think this is like the first. I haven't watched this yet. I assume it's some new cinematic trailer. It's what it says anyway. So let's play it and see what we got. I love Warframe, by the way. I don't play it nearly enough, but if you're looking for a free game to play, you should play Warframe.
Tense music. Oh hell no, it's a face.
I love cinematic trailers. They're like watching a movie.
Wake up, lady. Sad music.
Oh, it's the Rhino frame. I have that frame. That is my frame. On the left. That's the one I play. He's super tanky. That guy. Yeah, look at him.
So that's a big boy right there.
Yeah, no, I play big boy Rhino frame.
News. Oh shit. Wow, that guy got him. Oh no.
Damn.
Hey, look at her back up. This dude just started running away.
Like, fuck no, run!
She took a shot to the chest. Oh hell no, I'm leaving. Oh man, that's funny, dude. Hilarious.
There's definitely story stuff that I have no idea what's going on, but this trailer's pretty fucking dope.
I mean, like, I don't know what the hell's going on in any of this. Like, I play like a little bit of Warframe, but nowhere like near enough as you have. Like I play like a very minuscule amount, like barely anything.
So yeah, the new war comes next week. For
December
those of
15th,
you,
that is on next Wednesday.
yeah, for those of you that are like Warframe, like me, that's pretty exciting. I need to hop back in.
There you go, man. A
And
lot
give
of
her,
games for you
give
to
her
hop back
some
into
more
then.
done. Yeah, I know.
All right, so what do we have here? Into the Starfield, the Endless Pursuit. Oh, another Starfield video.
So I watched this already,
Mhm.
and I'll be honest with you, this video kind of sucks.
Oh, I haven't seen it at all, so I don't know. You know,
Because they don't hardly talk about Starfield in it. They talk about Skyrim and Fallout for like most of it.
oh well.
I think the
And it's a little bit of a bummer.
About video games is
I have
that
it on playing, but
it's just playtime. But
there's a lot of
one thing video games can give you that nothing
Oh,
else.
I skipped through it. I'm skipping through it right now, and I saw Skyrim already.
What I did.
Yeah. There's a little bit of like stroking their own ego in this video, and it makes me not like it, to be honest with you.
That you feel that you accomplished something that week.
Yeah, we sold you guys Skyrim for 10 years.
Yeah, that gets mentioned. I'll skip through it a little bit because a lot of it is just them sitting there talking.
It's like a second family in a way.
Who's been working together for decades.
We're trying to figure out other
Game
ways to
developers
make you
who are
play
coming in
Skyrim.
and those are the games that
You know what? I'm
define
sorry for all of
the
this Skyrim, by the way, guys, because
And so,
I think they're trying to get me to play it. Because in the 10 years that it's been out, I've never played it.
It's true. Daniel's never played Skyrim.
So
Skyrim.
I apologize sincerely for all the different methods and variations of Skyrim that they've been trying to sell for the past 10 years. I've never played it. Sorry.
Do it for 2 decades.
3 minutes in, they've showed Skyrim like 6 million times already.
All right. Well, I mean,
you know, if we could do that.
I don't know what there really is to talk about on this one.
There's not a lot. Like they show like a little smidge
In every way.
of Starfield in here, but not like very much.
Game and a ground.
First
I think
comment,
this is the.
exploration.
Yeah,
So I think
sorry, go
that
ahead.
gives us a
No,
different take
the
on
first
how we
comment. I'm
approach
amazed
it.
at the
So
fact
that's
that
sort
even
of
in a
the thing we
Starfield video,
latch
they
onto
managed to
when
put 3 minutes of
making new
Skyrim.
worlds, making environments,
It's
making
true.
characters.
I think we'll see a trailer at the Game Awards for this.
That'd be nice.
I think that's what this is kind of setting up. Because there's not a lot they show here at all. They just show Skyrim. There's more Skyrim.
That would make sense. That would make sense if they showed off at the Game Awards next week.
Seems like
because or engineering
Matters, you know.
Wait, is it next week?
For this universe.
I think it's this week, isn't it? Isn't it like this Thursday or something?
Oh, it is. It is this
has to be an
Thursday.
emotional trigger
Oh
that
wow,
occurs.
it is on Thursday.
I wasn't sure. I was gonna look it up, but
No, you're right. I just looked it up to make sure. It is.
are you gonna stream that?
I am gonna stream it.
All right.
So that's what I'll be streaming. And the reason why I said next week is because that's what our episode is next week.
That's the episode. Next week's episode. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like next week. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I got mixed up on. So yeah.
Anyway,
so we're
I'm gonna stop
watch
with
the
this
Game
Skyrim.
Awards.
Yeah.
even you did it. Yeah.
God damn it.
We're gonna
That
stop
was
with Skyrim
Totally
and
not.
the minuscule amount of Starfield too.
Oh god. Well, we'll probably get a trailer Thursday, guys, and we'll talk about it next
Yeah.
week. I'm sure.
Well,
I'll put money on it. I'll put $20 down. Why not?
there you go.
On that being
Josh is
true.
betting $20. We'll see it. Yeah, so I'll definitely be streaming that. Josh will probably be there with me, and we're gonna see what the Game Awards got in store for us this year.
Yes, sir.
By the way, have you been voting for the Game of the Year shit?
No, not at all.
I only voted the one time,
Yeah.
but we'll see. Okay, moving on from that. Dying Light 2 has gone gold.
It's gonna go, baby. There it is.
So, Dying Light 2 has gone gold. It wouldn't be possible without your support over all these years. We will spend an additional time making sure that we'll deliver the best possible experience for you. Thank you for being with us. Can't wait to meet you in the city on February 4th. Dying Light 2, Stay Human, Gone Gold.
Gold has gone gold. I know it's gotten delayed a few times. They've had
Yeah.
some things happen on occasion. But I hope it's good. I hope it's great. There's gonna be a lot of games at the beginning of 2022. Like that, those first few months are a little loaded with
Yeah.
some stuff. So that'll be one of them. I hope it reviews well.
We shall see indeed. So that's good news for that game. What do we got next? Oh, we have the PlayStation Plus games for this month of December, which, by the way, they will be available, I think, tomorrow.
Fuck, that's so loud.
So, first off, we have Godfall for the PS5 and Lego DC Supervillains and Mortal Shell for the PS4.
Yeah. So
Also, you're right, that is loud.
So this is the Challenger edition of Godfall, and I just wanted to mention this because I thought it was weird, but apparently it's good. It's like the Challenger edition cuts out all the story, which there's very little story in Godfall apparently, and it gets you to the good stuff, which is like the end game where you're farming weapons and armor and stuff. Or at least that's what I heard. I think that's true. That's what I heard. I can look it up really quick while we're sitting here. Challenger edition. The Godfall Challenger Edition is a version of the game which most players try 3 in-game modes and provides a sampling of high-end something. Hang on, I lost my spot. So basically, the Challenger Edition is like $15. So it's not like a full price deal. But it's basically like the story doesn't mean shit in Godfall. Apparently, it's like very short and doesn't really matter that much. So, we'll see. I have the PS5. I'll be getting this and give it a go because why not? It's free.
So I don't have a PS5, but I do have a PS4, and I'm definitely gonna be picking up the Lego game and Mortal Shell because I'm curious about both. So
yeah,
definitely pick those up and play them. It seems like it's a decent month for games this month. There's definitely been worse. There's definitely been worse games on PlayStation Plus in previous months. So.
Yeah,
I would call this one a win to end the year. But yeah, that's cool. Alrighty. Next up, more Halo Infinite news. There's going to be new multiplayer playlists, including SWAT and Slayer. So 343 announced plans to bring more modes. So over on Twitter, community manager John Junisek, I apologize if I mispronounced the name, but yeah, I tried. So he talked about plans for the game, saying that the studio is working on adding Fiesta, Tactical Slayer, SWAT, and Free for All playlists before the end of the year. They won't be ready for the launch on the 8th, but they plan to add them sometime before the year is over. And they also plan to add a Social Slayer playlist, but that won't arrive in the game until after the holidays. So I've been enjoying the multiplayer stuff, and I'm glad that much like the older Halo online or multiplayer stuff, there's going to be more playlists and game modes for this one too. Because I feel like that's one thing that has been missing from this multiplayer incarnation or version of the games that the older ones had. Like there's a bunch of different game modes in the older ones that this one doesn't have. So it's cool that they're going to be adding that. It makes a whole lot of sense. Can't wait to try out some of the other game modes. And yeah, sometime before the end of the year is sounds like a good plan. I'm here for it.
yes. I also enjoyed the Halo Infinite multiplayer stuff. Been having a lot of fun playing with friends. I know there's a lot of people out there right now that are unhappy with it though, and are acting like a bunch of douchebags.
for the
So
progression
stop it.
stuff, which they've changed too, right? Like they've
Yeah.
upped the XP on the first like 6 games. Or
And I'm
whatever you
not talking
played, right?
about valid complaints. I'm talking about people out there threatening developers and shit. That stuff needs to stop. That's not cool.
Oh yeah, I don't
Um,
know. I don't know what that's all about.
yeah, it's fine to have a valid complaint about how that is, but being like a rude asshole, not the way to go about it, guys. But yeah, I'm looking forward to those changes. They seem to be listed in the feedback, so that is a good thing. What do we have next, Daniel?
So speaking of different modes, guess what game is getting a horde mode after 25 years?
Well, I'm not gonna guess because I can see it right here. So,
Quake! You guessed it, Josh.
oh, it's Quake, guys! I knew all along.
You knew it.
Hmm.
So Quake is getting a horde mode after 25 years and a free update that added new maps as well. So back in August, Bethesda released a remastered Quake, basically in all of gaming platforms, right? Even the Switch, I think. So
Hmm.
a few months later, this version of the game has received a second large update, adding new
What's that on the trailer?
a new co-op horde mode, additional maps, another campaign, and numerous bug fixes. So yeah, let's throw up the trailer and see what they got here.
I don't think I ever played Quake, the original Quake.
I
Like,
don't remember if I have, but Quake 2 is the one that I always remember playing.
I played some Quakes, but I don't think I played the original, like this one. Discover free add-ons. I mean, shit, this looks good for a remaster. You know?
Yeah.
This looks great.
For a 25-year-old game,
Pew, 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 pew.
it's not bad at all.
Yeah, it just looks like a 10-year-old game. You know, that's the nature of remasters, though. That's not me shitting on it. It just, it looks like it is. Oh, cool. They got
Horde
skins
mode,
for
single
Doom
player
Eternal.
campaign, co-op,
That's
much
cool.
stuff.
That's neat.
Pretty cool, yeah. And you can unlock themed skins for Doom Eternal and Quake Champions.
Quake Champions.
Champions. So yeah, that's pretty dope. That a game as old as that can still get updates, you know. What else we got here? Speaking of free updates, we got another one. The Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl game has new DLC that adds 20 cool new costumes.
Cool. We got a video here. I'll play that for you.
Indeed, we do.
Let's have a look. See here. Watch for God. Shit, it took it a minute to load, or I would have played it sooner. Man, this fucking this is 90s as fuck. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Wah, wah, wah. Boom.
Free DLC.
That's Nigel Thornberry.
Look at all these skins.
Smashing.
Yeah, smashing. Super DLC 3000.
Cat dog. Cat dog. Alone in the world with a little cat dog. Hey, that was tough. So I haven't seen. I don't even know what all characters are in this because I haven't played this or watched anybody play it. I don't even know how popular this is. I assume it's pretty popular. People love this shit. Look at Mikey. He's eating
The
pizza.
soda drink hat.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Retro Turtles, man. That's pretty cool.
Download now. $0.00. Free.
Yo, wait. Download now and a free supply of Krabby Patties. Yo, hold up.
Yeah. If you told me years ago that there would be a Smash Brothers Nickelodeon style game, I wouldn't have believed you. I would have told you were crazy. But here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Here we
Okay.
are. The last thing I got in the gaming news is they finally released the gameplay trailer for Star Wars Hunters. I actually reacted to this on my YouTube channel if you want to go check that out. came out earlier today. Yeah, go check that out. It's yeah.
Graphically, this looks dope.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in
I
my
was like, this
reaction.
looks really good.
This is a mobile / Nintendo Switch game. So I'm gonna be checking this out on the Nintendo Switch. And honestly, this game looks better than I thought it was gonna look like.
Daniel's
So-
now a professional mobile player, so he's gonna be playing the shit out of this.
I'm gonna be playing this. I'm gonna try it out. Yeah, I'm gonna play it on the Nintendo Switch. We're gonna stream it. We're gonna play it. I actually signed up for the beta, so maybe they will give me access to that. We'll see.
That's cool.
This is an arena game, 4v4 team battles.
Pew 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 pew. There must be minions
Yeah.
in this game too. That's why we're seeing like, no wait, there's not minions in here. There is a stormtrooper character, right? Yeah,
That's a character, yeah.
yeah.
So they're showing off all the
he
characters.
can
you
he can
play
summon
as.
dudes. He had dudes with him. That's what it was. Cool.
So there's the group shot of all the playable characters. Pod racers, baby.
Oh, that looks fun. Coming 2022.
So yeah, I definitely will be giving this a try on the Nintendo Switch because I am not playing mobile games. The only mobile game I play is Pokemon Go. So that's it, baby. Playing this on the Switch. And yeah, honestly, it looks better than I thought it was gonna look like. So I'm here for it, man. Why not? I'll give it a shot. I love Star Wars, so
Oh yeah.
give me a fun looking game. I'll definitely be there for it.
So weird.
But yeah, I think that'll do it for our gaming news. Unless you got anything else, my friend.
I got a few rumors I'd like to mention.
Oh,
so take
what do we
them.
got? What do we got?
Take them for a grain of salt. There's rumors that PlayStation is coming up with its own version of a Game Pass, supposedly being able to play games from fucking even the PlayStation 1 era up to the modern era on it. So that's a rumor that's been going around.
I mean, let's be real. They should have been done that to go,
Yeah,
to
it's
go
true.
with the Game Pass. Like that should have been that whole PlayStation Now bullshit they tried to pull is just.
They should have been trying to
No,
compete with Look, man, it's hard to beat that Game Pass. The Xbox Game Pass is so it's worth it. It's worth it, especially when they throw new games on there. Like
Yeah.
and you're not sure if you want to get them. You fucking hop on Game Pass, give them a go. You know. That's one rumor going around. The other thing I'm gonna treat like a rumor because it's Jeff Keighley and he hypes things up, but supposedly there are 4 to 5 reveals on the scale of Elden Ring at the Game Awards. So that's super
What?
grain of
4 to
super grain of salt.
5.
Super grain of salt on
Well,
that.
We'll see about that, I guess, huh?
I
mean, shit. That just means I'm definitely gonna stream it then, man.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be some surprises, but 4 to 5 on the scale of Elden Ring.
That seems like a bit, dude. On the scale of Elden Ring, I mean, unless he shows me like, I don't know, dude, like the KOTOR remake trailer, like a proper.
Yeah,
trailer
I
or
was
something.
wondering
I
if
don't
that
know,
was
man.
gonna be there. I was wondering if there was gonna be like a little trailer or something there for
'Cause
that.
what we saw was an announcement. Like it wasn't even
Yeah.
a teaser; it was an announcement trailer. You know, because it had been rumored for forever, and then they're like, "Oh, it's real, it's happening." So I would, dude, if they show us like a teaser or something, I would be. That's it, dude. That's the winner for me. But we'll see, man. 4 to 5 seems ambitious. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see.
They had a Dragon Age Day, which is not nearly as big as N7 Day. But BioWare put out a statement saying, "We want to let you all know that we're still hard at work on building the next single-player focused experience for Dragon Age." Now, if they hadn't said that, I would have thought there might be like a trailer for the new Dragon Age at Game Awards. There still might be, but I feel like the chances went down that they put this statement out there. I feel like they had to have had to redo this game a couple times.
seems
So I'm
like.
curious to see if there might be a trailer for that at the Game Awards. We'll see. There's some sort of weird The Matrix thing going on. I haven't checked this out yet. Have you? I don't know. Some sort of Unreal 5 thing.
Unreal Engine 5 thing. Yeah,
Some sort of tech
so
demo or something.
yeah, so it's like it's called The Matrix Awakens, and it's just like a
Some
a
marketing
thing that they
thing.
did.
They're like
for the
Keanu.
new movie, yeah.
Keanu's in video games now. We've seen him in Cyberpunk, so we're gonna throw this out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, why not?
The closer that movie gets, the more interested I am in it. But other than that, there's nothing else I want to talk about in the news. So
All right,
we
well, then
can move on.
Yeah, well,
Just some quick tidbits.
yeah. Well, we'll move on to the TV news then.
Yeah, let's hit it.
So, TV news. First thing we got here is Kobe Smulders is going to reprise her role as Maria Hill in the Marvel series Secret Invasion. I feel like this one, it's been officially confirmed, but I feel like it makes a lot of sense. Seeing as how Nick Fury is going to be on that as well. So, makes sense. Pretty cool. Also in the Secret Invasion is Ben Mendelsohn as Talos. Joining newcomers Olivia Colman, Emilia Clarke, Kingsley Ben-Adir, Christopher McDonald, and Killian Scott. So that's cool. I always like Maria Hill's dope.
Yeah.
So I'm glad she's gonna be back with Nick Fury and these other people. I'm really curious to see who Emilia Clarke and Olivia Colman are gonna play. Very, very curious, but we shall see. We shall see. There is a trailer for Peacemaker that is out. So this one dropped like, I don't know, 3 days ago, and I didn't even know it came out. So that's why I didn't react to it. But you're gonna get a live reaction here on the podcast.
Every time
podcast exclusive. So here we go.
Every time I see the name Peacemaker, I think Pacemaker, and that is not the same thing.
No.
Let's watch this trailer. Oh, they did the trailer for a trailer thing. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, I hate that. So this show comes out next month, man.
We've got trouble with that maniac.
Kickstart my heart.
We need to see John Cena.
Can't house train an eagle, dude.
Yep.
Not without stealing its soul.
With his eagle eagly.
It's been kind of a rough go for me lately, Dad.
You don't say.
Somebody shot me, a building fell on me.
You let somebody shoot you?
It's not like I invited him to come shoot me, Dad.
Pathetic.
I thought you were in prison for life.
I work for the government.
Post office?
Do you think they'd let me out of prison to deliver mail?
Dude, John Cena or Peacemaker and his dad's relationship is gonna be something.
Yeah.
We call our targets butterflies.
And then Vigilante over here.
Safety of American citizens.
There's something weird going on. You think me and Vigilante are too stupid to notice?
Butterflies.
Which one's me and which one's Eagly?
What the
You're
hell?
half right, but you score 50% on the test at school. What do you get? A D.
Oh man, so this is also gonna be like pretty corny at times. I feel.
That guy's a clown.
Then again, that's Peacemaker's whole humor.
Yeah.
In his fucking chonies, wearing nothing but boots on his helmet.
He told me to kill kids. He didn't say why.
Because right now the world needs a son of a bitch. And you're the only one I got.
Wait a minute. He says the whole line about. There's some contradiction there, man.
I don't know.
From the character in this and then in the movie. I'll explain what I mean after this is over.
Dad, maybe I'm a grower, not a shower.
What?
An individual you don't like, and then you learn to like.
You're comparing yourself to a chode.
Not in a bad way.
Your dad is not a good man.
Still family.
My advice? Cut it out with the introspection. The mind is a den of scorpions better left running from, not towards.
We just got shot at! You ever been shot at?
No.
Two jerks in costumes and a couple of rejects.
It's like a real team out there.
Yo, what the hell is that?
It's a grenade I tied to a Russian tank shell.
Why not just the grenade?
Grenade blows up like 2 people.
How many people does this blow up?
I don't know. I invented it this morning.
The fuck?
Eat peace, mother.
Eat peace, motherfucker.
That looks fun.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
January 13th. That's yeah, about a month away, or a month and a week away. So I'll be checking that out.
Yeah, and there's definitely some contradiction in there.
So contradiction is what I so they want him to shoot the kids and he doesn't do it. Yet in the Suicide Squad movie, he's like, "Oh, I'll do anything for peace. You know, kill men, women, and children." It's like, what happened?
Something happens here. It's gonna make him
Something happens,
change his
I guess.
mind.
It's just like, well, wait a minute. He wasn't like that in the movie. He was ready to do whatever. He was
Yeah.
willing to do whatever it takes.
He was willing to
in the
eat
movie.
a bunch of dicks
But
off a
now
beach.
he's-
You know, like,
Yeah, he sure was. So we'll see how they explain that one. But anyway, next month we'll check that out for sure. Moving on, there is a new animated spin-off series from The Boys called Diabolical. It has been
Oi.
announced by Amazon Prime Video. So I think this is pretty cool because I enjoyed the shit out of Invincible. And that's a animated thing that Amazon Prime has done. And I love The Boys, which is a live action thing that they've done. So you take The Boys and turn it into live action. I think it's going to be very Invincible-esque, and I'm about it. So very cool. We have a little title reveal here with Carl Urban. So I think I want to say this was shown at some convention somewhere, but I don't know. I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
But anyway, it's going to be an 8-episode show.
Cool. I love The Boys. I really enjoyed Invincible as
Oh
well.
man, that dog is licking his ball bag, dude. What the hell? Well, so look at that shit. So stories by Aquafina, Garth Ennis, Elliot Glazer, and Ilana Glazer, Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen, Simon Raciopa. I'm sorry, I mispronounced that name. Justin Roiland and Ben Bayouth, Andy Samberg, and Aisha Tyler.
Cool. A fun little bonus dealio.
Just a little announcement here for that. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Bonus show.
I'm for that. That's cool, man. The Boys animated. Sounds like it'll be cool. Speaking of animated, there is a Batman the Animated Series audio drama in the works with the original cast.
Audio drama. Yeah, bro.
Yes, sir. So this was announced at the LA Comic-Con that happened over here this past weekend. Kevin Conroy and John Glover, who voice Batman and the Riddler, respectively, revealed that an audio drama was in the works, and it will continue the 1990s Batman the Animated Series, according to the actors. Batman the Animated Series writer Alan Burnett is developing the project. It's a great script by Alan Burnett, and it brings back the original cast, Conroy said during the History of Batman panel hosted by London Jackson. The Riddler's back, and he's evolved in many ways. He understands he's on the spectrum, says Glover. The panel also featured Will Friedle, who starred in Batman Beyond as Terry McGinnis. So that's pretty cool. I know that Josh is into audio dramas, and I'm all and I'm into the whole voice acting stuff, so I'm about it as well. And yeah, I mean that's pretty cool, man. Continuation of BTAS through an audio drama sounds pretty dope to me. You're getting the original, one of the original writers back, and the original cast back. I mean, it's good. I think that's fucking cool. So
Pick it up. Let's listen to it. Let's do it. I'm in.
yes,
Audio dramas are cool,
sir.
man. Like they're a lost art almost in some ways, because there used to be audio dramas all the time. They come on because everybody had radios, nobody had televisions. So your way you get your entertainment is you'd have like an audio drama, an audio show. A lot of like old classic westerns that were on TV in the fucking 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, wherever the fuck they come from, all started off as radio shows and like audio dramas. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But that's all we got for the TV news. So we can move on to movies if you're good to go.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's keep on rolling.
All right. So the first thing we have here is I don't know if you've seen this yet, but I also reacted to this on the channel.
I did.
It is the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 first look. So I was surprised that this was even the Part 1 to begin with, because we always just assumed it was just going to be the one thing. But here we go.
Yeah, boy. I loved Spider-Verse.
Same.
It was so good.
Playing Sunflower, classic.
Yeah.
To remind you of how great the first movie was.
Gwen, how did you get? How have you been?
It's a long story. Is this the room you grew up in?
It is. But,
Gwen appearing out of nowhere.
Dorm room
Yeah.
very adult.
Right. No, of course. Hey, are these your drawings?
The Spider-Verse.
I missed you too.
It is rude, by the way, to grab somebody's art book and start looking through it. Just saying, Gwen. That's very rude. You did not have consent.
Want to get out of here?
You ignored his privacy.
The complete disregard.
Is Spider-Man grounded?
You're grounded, bro. How old are you? What do you mean you're grounded?
Yeah, Miles, what'd you do to get grounded? Here we go. Man, if you have not seen Spider-Verse, go see Spider-Verse.
Straight up.
Like you can. There's so many ways to watch it. Oh, I need to turn this down a bit. Now this shit looks trippy.
Yeah. My boy Miguel.
Across the Spider-Verse. Let's go.
2099, baby.
Part 1.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Part 1. Oh boy. So I forgot that this was coming out next year. Like when I saw this, I was thinking it was still like another year or two away.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought to myself, wait a minute. Of course it's coming out next year, because the original one came out in 2018. You know how long ago that was now?
Oh my god.
3 years ago, man. It's about to be 4 years ago. So like I can't even believe I just said that, but it's true. It's facts.
Mm-hmm.
Like That's how long the first movie's been out. Like, damn. But anyway, I'm excited for that. I cannot wait.
Spider-Man
love
is
the
so
first one.
popular. Coming around.
I regret not watching the first one in theaters, so I
Me
definitely want to watch.
too.
So I definitely want to watch this one in theaters
Yeah.
because I don't want to make that mistake again.
Give me a double feature. Give me the first one, then I'll watch the second one too.
First and the second one, hell yeah, dude!
I'd be totally in for that.
All right, next up is did you watched Extraction, right?
Yeah, I watched it with my dad, and we actually loved this movie. It was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty cool too. But so here we go. Chris Hemsworth shared a very, very cold video from the Extraction 2 location in Prague. So he put up something on his Instagram.
Yeah, what's up?
And you know, they've started to film Extraction 2.
Very, very cold.
Yeah, that looks very fucking cool.
Yeah. With his very Australian accent. Yeah.
Woohoo! But yeah, that looks fucking cold as shit on that train. You're outside, it's fucking running and cold. That looks like it'd be.
It looks cool and awful at the same time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed the first movie. I was kind of bummed
too.
when I spoiler alert, we're gonna talk about the first one here a little bit. You have been warned if you haven't seen it. So anyway, I was kind of bummed when it seemed like they had killed his character off because I'm like, yo, they could just make another one. He'd be so because he killed it, dude. Like I thought he did a great job in this movie. You know, like action. You know, Australian John Wick, dude. Like fuck it, right? Like I thought it was great, and then it looks like they kill him off, and it's like, well, damn. But they kind of leave it at the end there where it's like he maybe comes back or whatever. He's coming back. I'm glad. Very curious to see how he lived and survived that. But yeah, man, I'm here for it because I really enjoyed the first one. So
yeah,
it was really cool.
It was a fun movie that made me think of. No, not that it was like old or anything, but it made me think back to like growing up and watching shit like Rambo and like fucking RoboCop and like those actiony movies we grew up with, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything with Arnold in it and back in the day. I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was a good movie. I enjoyed watching it with my dad. My dad and I watch movies sometimes, and like action movies are a thing we love. So I'm excited for the sequel.
Yes. All right, so this next thing we have here is another thing that I reacted to earlier today. It is the Matrix Resurrections official trailer 2. We might do a show on this, maybe. If Josh is up,
because this will be on HBO Max as well, so we don't even have to go to the theaters to see this.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm gonna watch it, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
But everything I've seen, each thing I see from this makes me more like it's very intriguing what they're doing here. So I don't know if you've seen this yet, but it came out earlier today. So
I haven't seen it yet. No, this will be a live reaction for you guys.
So I've seen it. You can go check out my reaction on my channel on my YouTube, and then yeah, you can. We're about to have Josh's. So
all right,
3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
We can't see it, but we're all trapped inside these strange repeating loops.
Carrie Ann.
Just living out their lives, oblivious.
But this is the moment.
Oh man, that mouth thing's so creepy.
What is real?
Yeah. Oh yeah, my girl Jessica Henwick. Let's get it.
I remember this.
I'm super interested in this movie.
Yes, give me that green logo. Dude, those ladybug things, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this isn't the story we think it is.
They taught you good. Made you believe their world was all you deserved.
It's so intriguing, dude. Like, what the hell's going on, man? Like, I wanna.
Some part of you remembered what was real.
It's so easy to forget how much noise the Matrix pumps into your head. Something else makes the same kind
The
of
action
noise.
sequences look pretty interesting too. Hey, he doesn't look like John Wick anymore.
Mm.
What happens to Nia?
Oh shit.
Mr. Anderson.
It's not his to make.
She believed in me. It's my turn to believe in her.
Part of me feels like I have been waiting my whole life for you.
If you want to see
Nuts.
Trinity again,
I saw this in a dream.
Damn.
My dream ended here.
Hey, there it is.
That's a pretty hype trailer, dude.
Yeah.
Oh
And it ain't
damn.
over yet. Pow.
I still know Kung Fu.
Oh damn. Still knows Kung Fu.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a pretty solid trailer, man.
That's a pretty hype trailer. I'm very interested to see. Look, I already went deep on this. I'm curious if they introduce any of the Matrix Online stuff in this, because like we've talked about it,
Yeah.
and previously on previous episodes. So I'm not gonna go into it super deep, but like there's definitely some things in there that I'm curious about. Even if it's not, it looks like an exciting movie.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious to see where they go with the Matrix next. I'm curious if they're going to set up more sequels. Will there be another Matrix after this Matrix, or will this be
Yes.
like the final end for the Matrix? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
I'm
See,
curious. And I hope it's good because I want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty hot.
I thought that was super intriguing too. I'm like, dude, I don't know what the hell is going on really, because like I don't remember the movies after the first one, but like man, I that looks cool, man.
Some of
Very
the
interested in certain characters.
some of the
and all.
aborted storylines for the Matrix Online had to deal with like possibly a female version of the one at times. What if it's Trinity? You know, like what if she's definitely got some powers in this movie. They show it in the trailers. Like there's something going on there, and it makes me think it might have some links. Even if they don't, like say them outright. I'm definitely getting the vibe of some Matrix Online-y stuff in this trailer. I'm
Yeah.
very curious.
So yeah, that was a pretty cool trailer. So I would definitely we'll probably be doing an episode on this one at the end of this will probably be the last episode we do of the year, is the Matrix one. So that's probably will be it. We'll wrap up the year with some Matrix, and then yeah. Cool, man.
All right. What's next?
Next up, we have some Patty Jenkins news. So remember how a couple weeks back talking about her and Rogue Squadron and how that was kind of delayed a little bit. Well, she was directing this movie called Cleopatra with Gal Gadot, starring. But she has since now shifted to a producing role because she's dropping out of that one so she can focus on Wonder Woman 3 and Rogue Squadron. So Cleopatra is now going to be directed by Carrie Scoglin, who directed Falcon and Winter Soldier in Disney Plus a few months back, or that we saw that series a few months back. So now she's going to be directing this movie for Patty, because like I said, Patty's going to be focusing on Wonder Woman 3 and Rogue Squadron. So I'm glad for that because I really want to see Rogue Squadron, and I hope that Wonder Woman 3 is more akin to Wonder Woman the first movie and not the second movie because I enjoyed the first one a lot more than the second one. But we'll see what happens with that. But yeah. Apart from Falcon and Winter Soldier, I don't think I've seen Carrie Scoglin direct other stuff. Although I could be wrong.
I don't
She
think
may
I
have done
have.
other things, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Of course, I'm also really bad at remembering. Anybody that
but
knows me
anyway,
knows I can't remember shit. So yeah.
I'm sure that the movie could be something, the Cleopatra one. But I'm just glad that Patty's going to be focusing on Wonder Woman and
Wonder Woman.
particularly Rogue Squadron because I want to see that happen.
Yeah.
We need that. So hopefully that'll get back underway and yeah. The last piece of movie news I have here is something that dropped today as well, and it's that there is a Shang-Chi sequel in the works, and director Destin Daniel Cretton is returning as well, as he has signed a multi-year deal with Marvel Studios, and he's now developing a Disney Plus show as well. So that is a thing. We're getting a Shang-Chi 2, which I'm pretty hyped about because I enjoyed the first one a lot.
Yeah.
It was the first movie I saw in the theaters again for the first time in like almost 2 years. So it was pretty cool to go back for that one.
Pretty fucking exciting.
Yeah. So I
I
can't wait to
enjoyed.
see what they do with the number 2.
Look, we knew we were gonna get a sequel. Shang-Chi did really fucking well. People love it.
Yeah.
I loved it. Daniel loved it. All our friends love it. Strangers we don't know love it. Disney definitely loves the money it made. So of course they want more. So we get
It's,
movies, series, shows, multi-years of all this stuff. So
Shang-Chi is the highest grossing domestic film of the year.
Yeah.
224.5 million. As a part of a 431.9 million global. So that's a pretty good haul for that movie.
Mm-hmm. I can toss a little bit of that my way. Just saying.
I know, right? Fucking throw some over
I help promote that movie a little bit. Yeah. Just
throw some over to the cantina, man. Come on.
hook a brother up.
Shit.
But yeah, that's exciting. I can't wait for more Shang-Chi.
Yes.
I'm hoping we see him in like maybe some post-credit stuff and some stuff coming up. Who knows?
Maybe.
You never know who'll show up. So
yeah. Yep. Anyway, that is all we got for the movie news.
That is the news, ladies and gentlemen. That is all of your news for today.
Yeah.
Until next week.
Indeed.
Lots or I guess till Thursday.
Cool trailers and information. Yeah, well, till yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, make sure to come by Daniel's stream for the Game Awards stuff.
Yeah, we'll be streaming that on Thursday, and we'll be doing that.
All right.
So let's just move on.
I don't need one, but if you need one, we can take one.
No, let's
okay,
do it.
wait. We're not going to spend a super amount of time on Casablanca.
No.
So we watched a movie. We do a retro rewind every once in a while where we pick a movie we haven't seen in a while, or maybe something we haven't seen before. That's
every
usually an older
months,
movie.
We like to do one, yeah.
Yeah, usually something a little older.
Try to make it at least like within the past, I don't know. Like Donnie Darko was literally a 20-year-old movie, so
yeah.
Kind of around that range, is the minimum, and then beyond that, everything else.
Yeah. So it was my pick. This go around, we alternate picks.
Josh's turn this time around.
And I know Daniel has been wanting to watch more classic movies, and I like Casablanca, so I was like, fuck it. Let's watch Casablanca. So
Casablanca.
I've seen it before. Daniel has seen it for the first time.
It was my first time watching it.
What do you think of Casablanca?
So this is one of those movies that I'd always heard about because it's a classic, right? 1942 film, and everybody, for the most part, seems to like it, and it's one of those classic, cinema, films that you got to check out. And I didn't realize that this movie was like I didn't really know what the hell this movie was about. Like I like never really looked into it, or like I just didn't I kind of just waited till I watched the movie instead of like looking it up and seeing what it's about and who was in it and all that. Like I didn't even know it was a Humphrey Bogart movie,
Yeah.
So there was a lot that I didn't know going into it. But now that I've seen it, I can say that I did like it. I did enjoy it. There is a lot of quotes that originate from this movie that I also didn't know. I figured there would be a few, but I didn't. It was kind of honestly more than I thought. Like that's pretty nuts.
There's a ton. There's a ton of quotes in this movie. But yeah, this is 1942. Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, and Paul Henry are in this movie, and it is it's a lot of things. This movie is a lot of things, because it's a good chunk of it is romance, is a love story, and part of it is like about America's isolationism in World War II at the time, or when it was written, at least, because we had entered the war by the time this movie was filmed and released.
Yeah, so that was something also that I like didn't. So this movie was filmed during World War II, and it was about World War II, and it was like, so yeah, like Josh was saying, it was filmed before the US had entered, but it came out after we had entered because it was post Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor
something like that
was in I think, oh shit, actually I think tomorrow is the anniversary of Pearl Harbor, to be honest. Now that I'm thinking about it, isn't it? Tomorrow's December 7th, right?
Yeah, I think.
So yeah, and wow, oh okay, well yeah, tomorrow. So tomorrow is the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. I was just thinking, I was like, wait a minute, tomorrow.
Yep.
So December 7th. So tomorrow in 1941, Pearl Harbor happened. And then that's when we, after that is when we entered the war and all that. So the movie came out in 1942, so it was after that. But as Josh was saying, the movie kind of is like, the U.S. and not, kind of just not observing, but like I guess like just hearing about the war and everything going on without like getting into it at that point, right?
Yeah, like the film started as like a play. It was like a play that was like unproduced or something. Then they bought the rights to it, and then they ended up making it into a film. So it was written like like before everything was going on in World War II, and we entered it. Like America had this isolationism thing after World War I. We didn't want to get involved in it, and then Pearl Harbor happened, and we ended up getting involved in it. But the movie is kind of like, the deeper meaning of the movie is like the character of Rick, played by Humphrey Bogart, represents America not wanting to get involved, looking out for himself, until Ilsa Lund comes back into his life. And the thing with Rick, or Humphrey Bogart in this movie, who plays Rick, plays a character named Rick Blaine, which I don't know if you realize his last name was Blaine. And I had forgotten that his last name was Blaine, and all I could think of was Blaine from fucking Predator. I was like, all right, his last name's Blaine. Shit. But yeah, he represents, but at his heart and in his soul, he's a good person that wants to do the right thing. It's just that he's been hurt in the past, so he doesn't, until she kind of re-enters his life a little bit. And it's he has this love story with that character, but it turns out she's married to this other fellow, that she thought was dead, and they had this whirlwind romance when she thought he was dead, and then she ends up leaving him, leaving Rick, kind of standing there once she realizes that her husband is actually alive. Who's named Victor Laszlo, who's like a
Laszlo, yeah, that's a name.
Yeah, Victor Laszlo, who's like a very charismatic, likable leader, right? And they mentioned that he's in a concentration camp for a year in this film. They didn't realize what concentration camps were at the time.
No.
They just thought they were like another prison camp. And I'm stealing these lines from Matt Colville. Matt Colville, if you know who Matt Colville is, did this stream, and I wish I still had it so I could have reviewed it and stole his lines because he explained this movie so much better than I can. You know, like,
it's like they say he's in a concentration camp and he's got like what, like a scratch on him or something.
He's got a scar up here, like
it's like this. There's like no way, dude. No fucking way he would look as decent as that if he was in the concentration camp for that long.
I don't think he would even. He may not even been in a concentration camp. He probably would have been in like a regular prisoner of war camp. But they didn't know what they were. They just knew what they were. What they had heard they were called.
Like we were saying, this movie was filmed during World War II as it was fucking happening. So people, you know, didn't really know what stuff was.
They didn't have the full scope of what was going on. You know,
they don't have the information that we have now years later. You know,
which is what makes it so interesting to go back and watch this film.
Yeah, I was saying that too. Like, it's so fascinating. I personally find it super fascinating going back and watching like old ass movies just to see like what, like, just the history of like what people thought of their, or how they thought like in their heads, and just how the world was back at a certain point of time as it happened, you know, because we have the luxury of going back and saying, oh, you know, that's just history now because, you know, that happened so long ago. But when that movie was filmed and being made, that was happening at the time. Like it was ongoing. It was a thing. So it's just super, to me, super fascinating to just like watch stuff like that and just, you know, kind of just sit there and like observe and you know, just pay attention and kind of just see what it was back then, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. So like, what's also interesting looking back and watching a movie from forever ago is they don't have special effects like we do nowadays. Like we got all this crazy computer stuff, the CGI, all this crazy stuff that we have nowadays. Back then, back in the 40s, they didn't have that stuff. Like not just every good-looking dude could be an actor. You had to have charisma to be an actor back in the 40s, because what's important, we don't have all these visual spectacles and special effects that could kind of distract people if you're not a great actor sometimes. But you'd have to be a great actor to be in a movie back in those days. So like, dialogue is quick, dialogue is punchy, dialogue is like, it's line after line after line where they're just firing them off like very quick, not a lot of room to breathe, because it's all about the writing and how good it is, and just, you know, like you have to be able to deliver those lines in a believable way, because that's all you got to depend on. There is nothing else out there to distract people, right? So
yeah.
As we watched the movie, I took some notes. I know you took some notes, and
yeah, I took like brief ones, but yeah, go ahead.
Some of mine are like just some things I realized was like, there's so much fucking smoking in this movie. There is a cigarette in almost every fucking scene.
Yeah, I mean that's just the thing of the times, though.
Yeah,
like people start smoking when they turn like 14, 15, man. That's why like there was another thing that I saw that was like, yo, you know how at the end of the original Return of the Jedi, Anakin is like an old ass man and he's only supposed to be like in his 40s or something?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that makes a whole lot of sense, because like back in those days, people aged more because they would start smoking when they were like 14, 15. So by the time they were in their 40s and 50s, they looked like dog shit, dude. Like, you know, so like it makes a whole lot of sense, dude. Like the whole like Obi-Wan has been, you know, he goes from Ewan McGregor to Alec Guinness in like 19 years or whatever. It's like, well, the way we explained it in universe maybe is like, oh, being the Tatooine Sons is crazy, but like, they thought a 50-year-old dude look or whatever, or 40 or whatever, how old he's supposed to be, look like that, because dudes just age quicker back then because of the smoking since they were teenagers or whatever, right? So it's it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I just want to read the synopsis for you guys really quick because we didn't talk about exactly what it is. So let's read it here. It says, filmed and set during World War II, it focuses on an American who must choose between his love for a woman or help her and her husband, a Czech resistance leader, escape from Vichy-controlled city of Casablanca to continue his fight against the Germans. From the Germans. Although Casablanca was an A-list film with established stars and first-rate writers, no one involved in the production expected it to stand out among the hundreds of pictures produced by Hollywood yearly. It had exceeded expectations. Casablanca went on to win the Academy Award for Best Picture, while director Michael Curtis was selected as Best Director, as well as the Epsteins and Cope were honored for Best Adapted Screenplay. Its reputation has gradually grown to the point where its lead character's memorable lines and pervasive theme song have all become iconic, and it consistently ranks near the top of the list of greatest films in history. In 1989, the United States Library of Congress selected the film as one of the first for preservation in the National Film Registry. So, like, even the people making this movie were like, this isn't going to be that good. Like, could you believe that? Like, it's weird to look back and be like, this thing's a classic. We talk about it all the time. Yeah, you can watch it today and still get something out of it. Back then, they didn't think it was going to be even good. Like, but now here we all remember it all these many years later as one of the greatest films of all time. But yeah, there's a few. Another thing with these types of older movies is like sometimes characters are problematic, because it's made in the 40s and times were just different. So we have the character of Louis Renault, for example, who is
Captain Renault.
Captain Renault, who is he's a weird in between. Is he good? Is he bad? Kind of character, but he's a problematic character a little bit because it's implied that he uses takes advantages of women to get them like tickets out of Casablanca so they can go to America, which is super problematic. And disgusting. And he's like a little, it's just like, man, a lot of the ways that characters are treated, you have to remember in the 40s, it's not always the best, but yeah.
I mean, it's like we were saying, it's just a different time, man.
It is.
You got to keep that into consideration when you're watching.
When you watch some of
stuff.
these, yeah.
Yeah, like it's, I feel like for people watching these movies nowadays, like if I think they should put up, like, I know some places do this now, but there's like disclaimers of like, yo, this is an older movie, so it has things that are not okay nowadays, and some of these are, and then they like kind of list off what the hell they are. Like, I know they've done that for certain things, but like I feel like that would be a good thing to have for things like that, because it's just different. It's just different now. So like,
I think for the younger generation, they need it,
yeah,
right? Like, because like
right.
You and I, older, realize this movie was made in the fucking 40s. We understand that there's probably some things going to be wrong with it. But some of the newer generations might not realize that, right? They might not realize that there were problematic characters back in that day, because their world has changed so much since then, right? Like, it's not while we have lived through certain changes that have come, they're used to it not even being a thing. So,
which, by the way, I'm tired of living through changes, man. Can we have some non-changes now?
Yeah,
I'm sick of that shit.
I'm tired of the COVID changes, I'll tell you that.
I'm tired of living through history, man. Can we like be chill for a bit now?
Yeah, in like 20 years, they'll be making movies about us having to live through this shit.
20 years from now, I don't want to think about COVID.
I don't either.
Fuck. Anyway, little bit of a sidetrack.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah. So my favorite moment in the movie is like there's this character and her husband that you kind of see him in the background. I don't know if you noticed them very much, Daniel, as we watch, but you see him in the background at different places, trying to get like money. They're at the police station at one point when Laszlo goes into the police station. You see him there as well, and I notice it now because I know to look for it. But she's the lady that ends up coming to Rick and is like, because they see Captain Renault, and Renault talks to her in private, and he's like, yeah, I can get your ticket for your husband and you, but you have to do something for me. But you don't see that. It's just all implied stuff. That's the implication, right?
Okay.
And so she comes and talks to Rick in his place, in his his cafe, asking if Renault to hold up his end of the deal, and if you love someone very much, can they forgive something even horrible? While her husband is off gambling in the back room, trying to win money so they can buy tickets out of Casablanca, and Rick's like, well, he's always stood up to his word before, and by this point, Rick has started to change. By this point in the movie, Rick has started to change, and he's like, he's starting to fight injustice a little bit. So he goes back into the room. This is my favorite part of the movie because it makes me a little emotional. And he talks to the husband. He says, bet on 22. You should try 22. So he puts his money on 22, and the dealer knows what that means. It needs to come up 22 because gambling in Rick's is fixed. It's nobody really has a chance unless Rick wants somebody to win. They don't win. So he wins, and Rick tells him, hey, you should keep it on 22. So he spins again, and he ends up making enough money to buy tickets for her and her husband, putting a little sinking Captain Renault's plan to take advantage of this young girl. Because it gives him enough money to buy a ticket out of Casablanca. And it's one of my favorite moments in the entire movie because it shows that Rick is starting to change, starting to you see the real Rick in that moment where he's stands up for the little guy and kind of fights for lost causes. They even talk about it, that he fights for losing causes a few times because he's been to war before. So that's one of my absolute favorite moments in the movie. Daniel, do you have a favorite moment in the movie? Is there any? What were a couple that stood out to you that you liked?
I mean, like honestly, all the moments that come to mind for me are like a lot of the quote moments, like like the usual suspects line and the
round up the usual suspects.
And what else? Here's
the
to
whole
you,
getting
kid,
on the plane line. Yeah, here's to you, kid.
Yeah, here's the you kid. Round up the usual suspects.
Bigfoot was watching with us. Bigfoot, our friend Bigfoot was watching with us. By the way, happy birthday, Bigfoot.
Yeah, happy birthday, Bigfoot. And
to our good friend
Bigfoot, we're not talking about the mythological beast.
No, we're talking about our friend.
Talking about our friend Bigfoot.
Yeah. Our friend Bigfoot. He watched with us and he was like, wait, that's from this movie? Because as they showed off quotes and lines, it was like really funny as we watched the movie. He was like, wait, that's from this movie? Like,
yeah.
The lines from that movie.
Yeah, it's like, wow, this movie has so many quotes, dude. Like, since we're on the topic of that, like, this movie has so many quotable. I mean, we already said some of them, but like, yeah, here's looking at you, kid. Round up the usual suspects. Kiss me as if it were the last time.
Yeah.
Same old story, a fight for love and glory. Just, man, like I again, not going into this movie, not realizing that this is like a movie that has a ton of these quotes. It's like, damn, I really, it's like, whoa, there's one. Oh shit, here's another one. Oh damn, and another.
Yeah, of all the gin joints and all the towns and all the world, she walks into mine. Like we've all said a variation of that quote before, I'm sure. Another thing about this movie is that it's pretty funny at times. There's a point where Rick holds Captain Renault at gunpoint, and he's like, Don't make any sudden moves. This gun's pointed right at your heart. And Captain Renault responds,
Oh,
"That's my least vulnerable area," or something like that.
That is my least vulnerable spot. Yeah.
Yes, like there's some quick, witty moments in
Good
here that
one,
are
man.
so funny. I like
You know
that
what?
one in particular.
You know
That
what?
was a good one.
I wish I could say the same, Captain Renault. I wish I could say the same. Man.
The implication being that he has no heart is so funny.
Yeah, shit. I wish I was like that, bro. Cause fuck this, man.
There's a moment where they're like, "We're shutting you down. I'm shocked to see gambling in this establishment." And the dude walks up and says, "You're winning, sir." "Ah, thank you." Like, there's so many good lines that are so fucking funny. That's what I mean, though. That the dialogue is fast and like quick and witty and to the point. Like, man.
Yeah.
But it's also an emotional movie, because it's World War II. A lot of a lot of the extras that starred in this film.
Oh, right. When they were singing, yeah. You
So,
said that. You had mentioned.
There's
that,
a scene. There's a scene called the Duel of the Anthems, which the Germans are in Rick's place and they're singing "Over the Rhine," I believe, is the anthem. And Victor Laszlo hears it and it pisses him off, so he goes downstairs and he says, "Play La Marseillaise," which is the French anthem. And everybody starts singing the French anthem in Rick's. But a lot of the extras were crying, and they're crying not because they're acting, but because they're refugees from France, real refugees, starring as extras in Casablanca.
Again, remember what we said. This is a World War II movie filmed during World War II.
So a lot of them were actual refugees, and they were really crying because, like, you just don't know how the war's going to turn out. You're in 1942. We had no idea that we were going to win. They had no idea they were going to get their own land back till it was over. You know? So they're just trying to make the best they can. So they're refugees. And when they sing their anthem, you're damn right. It'd make me cry too if I was a refugee somewhere far away and couldn't go home. And this movie is kind of about that fight a little bit. It's a great moment in the film. It shows what kind of person Victor Laszlo is, because he doesn't give a single fuck that the Nazis are in there singing their anthem. He's gonna go over there. He's like, "I'm gonna make them sing the French," and it's at that moment that you see who Victor Laszlo really is in this movie, which is a leader, which is what the Nazis are terrified of him getting away and leading the resistance, right? Or helping lead the resistance, because he's charismatic, he's likable. Even Rick. Even though Victor Laszlo is with Elsa, the person that Rick is in love with,
yeah,
Rick likes him. Rick respects him. Throughout the whole movie, even I don't think there's even a point in throughout this movie where Rick doesn't like Laszlo. Like, you can't help but like Laszlo. That's the whole point of Victor Laszlo, is that he's a good guy. And so even though there's like this weird love triangle between the three of them, there's never a moment where Rick hates him or where Victor hates or blames Rick or Elsa, because...
And even, like, at the end of the movie, like, he kind of, like, I know you had said this before too, but there's, like, no secrets. They kind of just, like, Rick just lets Victor know, like, you know, this is what your wife was doing, and this is what happened, you know, just so you know. And he's like, "Oh, you don't have to be." Like, you know what? Just, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one tiny little lie, and it is to spare Victor's feelings, which is like, Elsa came to me to try to get the letters of transit. She tried to make me think she was still in love with me, but she's not. She's in love with you. That's a little white lie, because she is still in love with Rick. But Rick is trying to spare her and get her to move on with Victor Laszlo. That's literally the only lie. By the end of the movie, Victor knows that they were together in Paris and were in love, but she thought he was dead and didn't know. So, of course, he's not mad. He's not angry. She thought he was dead. You know, nowadays in a movie, they would hang that out. They would drag that out. There'd be a giant fight.
Such an issue. Yeah. It'd be nuts.
But the truth is, Victor loves her. And so does Rick. And because of that, You know, they find a way to get along. Like,
It's like they say, man, if you love somebody, you gotta let them go, man.
mm-hmm. But yeah, like there's it's I like it. I like that it's a movie where it's like there were no secrets. Victor realizes what's going on, what's happened. He knows. He's not a fool. But he understands. Like, you know, she thought I was dead. She was in love with you in Paris. You know, that kind of stuff. A few other things are. Yeah, I don't think I even realized this watching the movie until I was like reading about it. I was like, yeah, Victor wears a white hat throughout the movie. Rick wears a black hat, and Elsa wears a gray hat. Like they're all wearing these different hats, kind of like getting torn between each other.
This is something that I didn't realize because the movie's in black and white, so I'm like, I don't know what is what color. So that's pretty interesting.
Yes, you can tell a little bit. It's very hard to tell, but you can see it.
So he's okay. Hold on, rewind. So Rick is wearing what color?
Rick's wears a black hat,
and then
Victor wears a white hat.
Victor's
and then,
white, and then
yeah, Elsa wears a gray hat.
Elsa wears a gray. Ah, okay, I see. That's interesting. Yeah, lower like in the middle, in between.
Yeah, like she's torn between them.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, like that's kind of like all the notes I had was like it was all things that I
I mean, honestly,
either realized watching or didn't. Yeah.
I didn't catch that because I, first time watching the movie, so I'm not really like looking at their hats, but that's pretty cool. I like that actually. I think that is, first of all, very, very cool. Second of all, it makes a lot of sense with what's going on. You
can kind of see it in this image here. Let me throw up an image.
Whenever I rewatch it, I'll have to keep in mind. I'll have to keep that in mind for next time. But
so here they are at the airport. Here's Rick in his black hat. Here's Laszlo in his white hat, and here's Elsa in her gray hat.
Gray, yeah, okay,
yeah.
All right.
And you can tell it's gray and not black, but it's really hard to tell because this movie's in black and white, right? But yeah, it is definitely not quite as dark as this one.
Yeah, I wasn't really like, the color, because it's all black and white. But again, it was my first time watching it, so there's usually a bunch of stuff that gets missed when you're watching for the first time because it's just you got to go back and rewatch it and to catch some other stuff. But yeah, I mean
that's Casablanca. If you haven't seen it, go check it out, guys. It's on HBO Max.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's on HBO Max, so like if you have that, you can watch it whenever, right away.
Yeah. And here's another thing with old movies. They're not as long as modern day movies. It's only an hour and like 45 minutes.
It's like an hour and 42 or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very, very watchable in that regard. That it's only and like if you have a problem with black and white movies, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like you gotta.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you something about it. You're missing something out if you don't. You're missing out on something if you don't go watch these movies because there is lessons to be learned by watching movies that you will not get watching modern movies because they're made different, they're written different, they're completely different periods of time. 40s movies weren't big on special effects. It's all about the writing. It's all about the story. It's all about the characters. Now, some of that is true in modern day movies. That is true. But there's a lot of things that you don't notice because of CGI and special effects that are off the map, like
which don't get me wrong, we're not shitting on that because we love that.
No, we love that stuff.
It's different,
it's just different.
Like, it doesn't always have to be that. It can be more than that.
There is lessons to be learned by modern movies, yes, but especially by older movies. And I say especially by older movies because you don't watch them a lot. You don't watch a lot of movies from the 40s. You know how long it took me to watch Casablanca? It took me a long time to watch this movie, to give it a chance, because I'm like, that's just an old-ass movie. It can't be nearly as good as, like, fucking Star Wars. Are you kidding?
I mean, I only just watched it a few days ago, so it took me a while.
So we're definitely going to be watching more classic movies.
Oh, yeah. I want to. I love, I mean, I said this earlier, but I just love watching classic movies just to kind of go into the mindset of what the world was at the time that this movie was made, like it's just fascinating. I've always loved history though, so I've even when I was in school, like history was one of my favorite subjects because I was all about it. But yeah, definitely want to watch more classic movies. Our next retro rewind will be in February, and that'll be my pick. So we'll see what we do for that one. But yeah, I'm excited because I like these retro rewinds that we do, man. It's fun going back and watching older movies that we either have seen or haven't that we can talk about
Yeah.
and bring back for a little bit,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Casablanca, and they've tried to remake it, but I just don't feel like you could. Like Madonna at one point was trying to remake this movie, and I'm just like, I don't think you could ever remake this movie.
I don't know.
I
I don't know
think
how a modern day version of that would.
I don't. And there's also like some colorized versions of it out there, which
of this.
I don't know. Yes, of this movie, like they're out there somewhere. But I'm all about the black and white. Like
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the black and white works for this movie, but I actually would be very curious to see what it would look like in color. To be honest.
Yeah, I've never seen it in color, but I think there's definitely some criticisms out there of them.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like it just looks strange.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean the movie's
because
black and white movie,
first of all, it's a color movie in the 40s. It just didn't look as good, But yeah.
Also, like I will say that this is like completely off topic, but after watching this, which is in black and white, and after watching Cowboy Bebop, which has noir elements in it, it makes me want to do some D&D noir shit because I've been watching I guess a lot of noir stuff recently with this and then with Bebop, and there's a lot of like elements of noir things here and there that I'm like, man, I would love to do some noir detective, like old school, like I don't know, like just D&D shit, like it'd be RPG stuff. It'd be cool, man.
That's another thing I think you get out of watching older movies is like seeing the storytelling from different style of writing in classic movies. Which is why I'm like, there's lessons to be learned if you're a storyteller or a writer or a creative of any kind. If you play D&D, you can get a lot out of watching the relationship of Rick, Elsa, and Victor Laszlo, and seeing those three characters interact with each other, and watching Rick grow through the movie, and how bitter he is until he's not bitter anymore, until he actually risks his life for them to get away from Casablanca at the end. Like he gets shot at by the Nazis. He shoots and kills a fucking Nazi in the movie at the end.
Pop Strasser, dude. Pop.
Pop. Captain Renault's like, Strasser's been murdered. Round up the usual suspects. And he sides with Rick. He actually rejects. I don't know if you understand this, Daniel, at the end where he pours this bottle of wine and it says Vichy on it. Vichy was like Nazi controlled France. So he throws it at the very end. It shows him rejecting the Vichy by throwing it in the trash can. So if you don't I actually didn't realize that until I was reading the trivia. I was like, oh, that's what that means. And him and Rick are implied to go off and kind of fight the Nazis. Good movie. Highly recommend Casablanca if you haven't seen it. We spoiled parts of it, but even if it's spoiled, it's so worth watching. Like even today.
Go watch it so you can check it out for yourself because I think it's again one of those classic films that I think you should check out at least once.
Yeah.
I'm glad I finally watched it. I'm glad I finally checked it out because I heard about this movie for years and I just Casablanca, which in Spanish just means White House. And it's like, oh, what the hell? What is that? What is that about? What is that movie about? But it's just the name of place in Monaco. Okay. Yeah. World War II movie. Okay.
I'll be honest with you. For years, I didn't even realize Casablanca was a World War II movie. I just thought it was some romance movie.
I mean, yeah, I didn't know what the hell it was. I when you like look at the posters and stuff, you kind of assume that it was like some old like romance movie or some shit, right? It's like because you see Rick and Ilsa like all they're pretty much the two main like this thing right here. Watch, check like this. This is like even like not even paying attention to the names like this right here. I'm DMing you this picture. It's loading, but like you look at that and you're like, oh well, what? This is a World War II movie? Like, what?
Yeah. You open that.
Like that looks like another just romantic whatever movie from back in the day,
Yeah. Nothing in this poster indicates anything about World War II or that being the plot of the movie. Or just taking place during that time period. It makes you think this is a romance movie. Look at how they're looking at each other. They're obviously got a thing going for each other.
Yeah. Not a whole lot more than that, man. But the movie does have more than that, and yeah, it's cool. Also, the lady who I don't know who the actress. Oh, Ingrid Bergman.
Mm-hmm.
She's an attractive lady, man.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. I said this when she walked in through Rick's for the first time. I was like, back in her day, she was a smoke show. She was very attractive lady.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's quite a few attractive ladies in this film. But yeah, I think that's about all we have to say on Casablanca. Go check it out. Not hard to find at all. Totally worth seeing. Definitely lessons worth watching and getting out of it. And yeah, I think that's gonna do. I think that's gonna do her. I think that's gonna be a show.
That'll do it. So yeah, join us next week. We're gonna talk about the Game Awards, which are happening this Thursday. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. We'll see if Mr. Keeley does have 4 or 5 big reveals, like like fucking on the level of
all right.
Elden Ring. Gee, I couldn't remember the name of the game. I was like, what the hell is the name of that game?
I like Jeff Keighley. I respect Jeff Keighley. But if that is true, I will kiss your ass. Like, I just don't think that's true. All right? Like, yes, I don't think that is.
Oh, shit. That's too funny, man.
Bro, yeah, I love Jeff Keighley, but I just don't believe that.
I'm not going to go that far, but I don't know, dude. We'll see. Listen, it's only several days away. It's Thursday. We'll be there. We're going to check it out. We'll see what happens,
All right, let's go to do our goodbyes. Daniel, you're up first.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you hanging out, checking out this episode. This retro rewind episode of the Cantina. Coming up on stream. Halo. Josh and myself tomorrow and Wednesday probably we'll be playing some Halo. So go over and check that out. We're gonna be wrapping up Halo 3 and starting ODST tomorrow. And then probably if we're done with that, Wednesday we'll start Halo 4, depending on how it goes. Because I'm guessing we should be able to beat 3 tomorrow and then play through all of ODST and then start 4 on Wednesday. And then we'll continue 4 next week because Thursday, like I said, we're doing the Game Awards, and then Friday I'll be doing something else. So yeah, but that's the plan. I'm continuing to do more video stuff on my YouTubes. I did just yesterday and today. There's a few more videos coming out. I reacted to Star Wars Hunters gameplay trailer. I reacted to the Matrix Resurrections official trailer number 2, and I made a video of my top 5 clips on Twitch of all time since I started streaming. And if you want to go check that out, go check that out. I put it up on my Twitter, on my Instagram, and my YouTube, of course. So go check that out. Some pretty interesting clips. Josh, the one where we bump into each other and Red Dead is in that.
I figured it would be. I'm like, I know that one's got to be in there.
It's one of my top 5 clips, so of course it's in there. You know.
I was looking. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I saw you post it, and I was like, "Well, am I in any of these clips?"
Yep. You're in 2 of them, I think. You're in that one, and then the Phasmophobia one where you're telling
shut up, shut up.
Where you're telling the movie, he's like, shut up,
shut up.
Yes,
yeah, that one. That's my favorite. That one's so good.
So you're in.
I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna watch that when we're done.
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna try to watch more TV and movies and all that stuff so we can talk about it. But yeah, we'll see you next time for the Game Awards. Bye. Peace out.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you for checking out the show. Appreciate you guys coming in for episode 98. I'm sorry that it's later in the day, but weather and me dozing off kind of screwed up the time a little bit. But it's also nice because that it's a little later, because sometimes our friends don't get to watch early in the day. So, but they're here with us now. Coming up, we got a couple episodes till we hit episode 100. We'll probably give something away for that. I haven't decided quite what yet, because I want it to be a simple, easy to do, not something that's complicated. But I'll figure something out. Next week we have the Game Awards show, so come by and watch us probably talk about the controversy of how we don't agree with anything that won, which is what happens sometimes.
Oh boy, dude! I swear, dude, if a stupid game wins, I mean, well, I don't. Well, listen, I don't mean it that way, but you know what I mean. Like, sometimes there's been like last year. I was so disappointed about last year, you know.
Yeah.
But oh well.
But it'll be fun, and we'll get to talk about the reveals and stuff.
We'll
I'm sure there'll be at least a few things. Things that might be there.
According to Keeley, you know.
Before we get started, Daniel, I'm gonna throw you back up on the main screen for a sec. Do you have any predictions? Anything that might show up? Any for the Game Awards?
Any predictions? Ooh, I'm trying to think. What would be something that could drop? I hope we see more. What's the game? Starfield.
Yeah,
Starfield would be cool. I would love. I don't know. This is not a prediction, but it's a dream. I would love to see more KOTOR.
Yeah.
And then fucking I don't know after that. Like honestly,
okay.
like just I just want to be surprised. You know.
Gotcha. Okay. Throw it back over to me. My predictions are we're going to see something from BioWare. It'll either be Dragon Age, a Mass Effect thing, well, one of those two things. You know what? I'll throw a KOTOR prediction in there. I think we might see a little teaser in there. Why not?
I would love that. But I don't know.
I think we'll maybe see. Shit. I want to say XCOM 3, but that's not happening. Not why they're making the Marvel thing for X's.
No.
But maybe we'll see like the Marvel thing. Maybe we'll see the Midnight Suns. I don't know. Maybe another little thing there. Even though they've delayed it way into next year, you might see a little teaser or a trailer of some kind there. Just to keep the hype up. Who knows? And Fable. Maybe we'll see a Fable thing.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really dope. I've heard so many rumors about Fable that it's further along than many people think. If there's a trailer there, that could prove true. So we'll see. Those are my predictions. I want to see a Fable thing. That's also a dream, but also I think it'll be there. That's going to do it for the show, guys. We'll see you all next time. Take care of yourselves. Get vaccinated. Get your booster shots. This month is going to be an awesome month. We'll be finishing up Hawkeye. We'll be having Spider-Man at the end of the month. A lot of cool things. So make sure you are able to go out and do those stuff safely.
Yeah.
And we're going to toss a host over to probably Val. I think she's still streaming. Let me look at her Twitch really quick. So if you want to hang out in the chat for our good friend Val, we're not going to do a raid or anything. We're just going to give her a little host. Just go in there, say hello, all that stuff. And we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.